All right, the Lions get some encouraging news going into the offseason. Check this out. First thing, we've shown this many times, but it's really important to see that the Lions sit here with $46 million in cap space, and their dead money, if you can see that, I'm kind of blocking it here. Dead money right here of $6 million, very manageable. Look at some of these other teams. $33 million for the Broncos. We know their situation. Eagles, $30 million. Buccaneers, $30 million. Saints and Browns. I mean, it's just hard to operate. So Lions have cap space. That's number one. Next thing is, as you look at the free agents that could possibly come in, one of the guys, saw him on the thumbnail there, was Byron Murphy Jr., and we're going to get to the cornerback situation just in a second, but it's hard to truly pinpoint a lot of weaknesses on a team that's 15-2, but the Lions might need to shore up their cornerback room again in 2025. You got Carlton Davis, we'll get to him in just a second, and Kindle Vildor, both on expiring contracts. So Terrion Arnold, this is why PFF gets a bad rap sometimes, and I'm a big PFF fan, but he had a 50 coverage grade. We know, in context, Terrion Arnold was put out on an island as a rookie, press man coverage, and was asked to just be like, go ahead and guard him. And it's just like we had a defense that was just put so much pressure on the corner. So that grade is just it's not accurate based on what he actually did and what he was asked to do. So Terrion Arnold's a star, and he's going to be a great player. So you got Terrion Arnold, but Carlton Davis and Vildor leaving or potentially leaving is a problem. So the Lions have $57 million. Murphy, 26 years old, was at his best with the rival Vikings this year, notching a career high. So again, Byron Murphy, there's corners out there that would really do well for us, because again, you look at Carlton Davis, let's go to this. It's, do we re-sign him or not? You let me know in the comments on this one, because it's kind of like, yeah, absolutely we do. But check this out. He finishes out his 3-year, $45 million deal in Detroit. Remember, we traded a third-round pick for him. The pros of re-signing. Carlton Davis brings two things. One, stability to a cornerback room that's been a rotating cast of players through its doors over Dan Campbell's tenure, 100%. I love the word stability. It did. Carlton Davis was just like, that's our true number one star veteran, stable dude. I love it. That's number one, and I think that. Two, it gives them a player they can say with certainty that's going to be the guy. Well, I just said that. The number one corner come September, and then you've got Arnold, who's just like, you just be great, and you don't have to worry about being our number one and following Justin Jefferson around. Like, you guys can split that up. We don't have to worry about that. So I absolutely think that he comes back and we find a way to get that, because here's the cons of re-signing. If the Lions feel comfortable with their current situation at corner with Arnold, Rakestraw, and Amik Robertson, then re-signing Davis could end up being detrimental from a developmental standpoint. So that's it right there. I don't think we're comfortable with that. I think Arnold we like. Rakestraw is developing. We're not sure. And Amik Robertson is a nice specialty piece, but I think day in and day out, game in and game out, it's not somebody that we want to carry the load for us. We want him to be kind of a backup depth piece, and we want him to be a slot corner, and he's great in that. And I think if we ask too much of him, it could be a problem. We want to get better defensively. We had a lot of injuries. We got a lot of those guys coming back. Think we just want to be better defensively, and we all kind of know that. So we got the cap space. We can add a free agent corner. We can bring back Carlton Davis. We've got Arnold. Rakestraw's developing, and Amik Robertson. And then Vildor, see ya. Love you. I really do. I don't hate you, Vildor. But that's what we could do. And that secondary room is just completely, or the cornerback room's unbelievable. From just a couple years ago. Safeties, we know, got Brian Branch and what's his name. So we're in great shape safety-wise too, maybe some depth, but that's great. All right, now switching gears to the offensive side. I need your help on this one because I'm just not sure what we would do. Is Dan Skipper. Now, I know this one's not like – this one's interesting, though, because Dan Skipper just continues to play more and more. He's like that sixth lineman that comes in as a tight end. We all know about him checking in and declaring as eligible and all those things. He actually played for an injured Taylor Decker. It's kind of interesting, right? It's just like, I don't know. So he played against the Texans, 65 snaps, 3 pressures, no sacks. He played against the Bears, 69 snaps, 4 pressures, no sacks. And against the Packers, he had the best game of his career, playing 80 snaps, 2 pressures, and no sacks. So you're like, well, shoot. Okay, right? It's kind of crazy. Skipper hasn't signed a 2-year contract since 2020, so heading into free agency is nothing new for the 8-year veteran. So he's said it before. He kind of comes and goes, and he's practice squad, gets traded. He's just on a series of 1-year deals. Shout out to him. So remember, we drafted Manu last year, who did not play at all. So it's like, okay, so what are we doing here? For Skipper, has settled into his role as an offensive tackle 3 very, very well, but he's 30 years old. Is he a guy that we bring back? I think so. I mean, he has a niche role. Get him for cheap. It's no question that we bring Skipper back. So let me know in the comments on that one. We've got some other players, but offensive line is definitely something we're going to have to address and just make sure that we're getting younger there. But I think in the meantime, Skipper comes back cheap. That's an offensive tackle, knows the system, knows Dan Campbell, stability, easy. Bring Skipper back, 100%. I just think, why mess with that? Why even goof around with letting him go? Fans love him. Players love him. He's easy. He's maintenance free. So let me know in the comments on that one. All right. Last couple things is, one of the things we'll do this offseason that's a lot of fun is we'll look at our other teams in the division, because we so focus on who have we signed in free agency, what's going on here, who have we traded for, who have we drafted. We'll look at the other teams in our division too, and we'll see like, all right, that was actually a pretty good move, right? Because we're not the only ones making moves and doing things. We got, of course, other people in our division, and we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So I think overall, Lions are really in a great spot. We've signed our key players and our blue chip players that have become due. Amon-Ra, Panay, those types of guys. And then we're going to have, the good news is we got more of those coming with Sam Laporta. Jahmyr Gibbs is just going to be unreal when he comes due for a new contract. Like, yeah, what do you guys let him walk away? He's just unlike anything we've seen, man. That guy's incredible. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you've watched multiple videos by now, you just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I think we're going for like 25,000 subs. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.